All right. What's up, everybody? It's Michael Yang back here with another video. Today we're gonna be exploring different content. So today we're gonna be talking about cryptocurrency, which is, I would say kind of, sort of, or you can say very closely related to the stock market. I mean, they're both online trading. So after having a few conversations with a few people, I decided to, maybe it would be helpful if I did a video on cryptocurrency because it's something I'm eager to learn. It's something I want to also, present to you guys about. So today we have a very special guest, my dear friend, my partner as a Proctor and Sergeant One, as a prefect in Team Thomas, Mr. Levi Brekke.
Oh, thank you for the introduction, Mikey. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's just stop. Let's just start. Start the video. So earlier today, uh, I was doing some research, Levi, and I saw this article from Bloomberg, and it was talking about the how Bitcoin was just taking a how Bitcoin's value in total was like
Yeah,
46% of the entire like crypto. I think the entire
crypto market.
yeah.
It's absurd.
Yeah, I
How,
mean,
how many how many how many how many other cryptocurrencies are there? Like thousands?
they're countless.
And countless, right?
Don't know, but Bitcoin
Wow.
just itself is taking nearly half of the entire value, the entire market.
Well, it's because investors are skyrocketing, right? Like every day on the news, right? Like I'm not a big crypto guy, right? But every day on the news, I'm seeing headlines of like Elon Musk just buys like this amount of Bitcoin, right? Like Jeff Bezos buys this amount, right? So it's definitely in popular demand right now for sure. What do you have to say about that?
I feel like I don't know what to say about like its trends in the future. I don't know if it's going to be a bearish trend or a bullish trend in the future.
Yeah,
But what I know for now is, uh, I mean, Bitcoin costs a lot,
it does. What is it like 50? What is that?
50 something thousand or like
50,000
60,000
per one Bitcoin? Nuts,
for
right?
one Bitcoin. And I mean,
Oh,
now like Elon Musk, he's like accepting Bitcoin as payment for Tesla cars.
real?
Yeah. So I mean, I
Wow.
guess it's another smart way of like marketing because you never know the value of it's like taking a bet, You never know the value of cryptocurrency. It's just like stocks, to be honest. You don't know the value. If it's gonna go up, it's a win. If it's gonna go down, then I mean you lost a bet. And I respect Elon Musk for being willing to take the risk of using cryptocurrency as like an online constant currency to be able to like used in real life, not just show there as like a number of how valuable it is, but you actually can't do much with it.
Yeah, well, he's like Elon Musk is like a real pioneer for social change, right? Like he's doing things that nobody in the science field has ever thought of, right? So I'm not surprised that he's using cryptocurrency as a means to buy a Tesla.
Yeah.
It's not shocking.
Yeah, I mean, also you can tell that cryptocurrency, I mean, because of that, you can just tell that cryptocurrency is becoming a way more popular thing around the world, I would say. Like
Exactly.
all my friends, like I know my trader friends from China, friends from here, like I mean, my friends just around the globe who do like online trading, I mean, they've all been talking about cryptocurrency, no matter, what age group. Like I know
Mm,
kids from like our age, like 16, 17 years old. Also like people up to like my parents' age, like their
yeah.
generation. I mean, there's like 40 years, 30, 40 years between us. And like this whole entire age group is all obsessed with cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I know. There's shared interest for sure amongst age groups, but it really pertains to our generation, right? Because it's what we're going to be dealing with for the rest of our lives, right? It could become more popular through the years, right? It's already blooming right now, but who knows where it could go, right?
Exactly. So I mean, I don't know how to say this, but I have a feeling that online currency like crypto will
Mm,
eventually, it could, I mean, there is a possibility that like eliminates paper currency, you know.
Yeah, so like revolutionize currency as a whole, right? It's
Exactly.
no longer cryptocurrency. It's just flat out currency, right? Yeah, I've
Mhm.
heard a lot about that. My dad and his friends are into cryptocurrency a lot, right? And they are always talking about cryptocurrency, right? And they're always claiming, right? They're like, crypto is going to replace the U.S. dollar eventually, right? So that definitely makes sense to me as well.
I mean, it does kind of sound absurd because realistically speaking, we can't have one united currency as a whole
True,
because it
true,
wouldn't work out with like the exchange rates and how it benefits each
exactly.
country and how it differentiates one country from another.
Yeah, and inflation rates are different per each country, right? Depending on the situation, right? Like in Venezuela, I don't know if you know the situation there, right? But like $1 is equivalent to like 8 billion like of their currency, right? So
Yeah, like
there's a lot of uh disparities between different countries, right? So
yeah.
it'd
So I
be
mean,
really
but I feel like when it comes to stocks or like crypto, it's very
yeah,
helpful that people all every single person around the world uses like trades for the same value.
exactly. Yeah, regardless of location, right? Like they're not
For what
yeah,
like what currency you use. Like the amount of currency you put in according to like inflation rates
yeah,
will
your
just like
exchange
it
rate.
will exchange for crypto. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if you're smart enough, you can use this to your advantage actually and wait for like the inflation rates to go up or like to go down depending on what you want. And then sell the crypto
Yeah, sell it.
and take cash from it. And then that's just you're taking a huge W in general.
Yeah, well, I don't know about selling it right now. I think crypto, I think you should really just put it in there,
And
keep it in
hold it.
there.
Yeah.
Don't look at it for like 40 years and then come back and enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I've seen like countless cases of people investing, right? And then taking out way too early, right? And especially with crypto, the amount of it like, it's growing right now, right? Like the most recent case, Dogecoin, right? Of course, you've heard of that as well, right? The value is skyrocketing, right? So I'd recommend leaving it in there for as long as possible, and then honestly, like not taking out until it plummets as a whole.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't mean you're just gonna leave it alone, but I mean, sometimes
Yeah,
every once in a while, check on it to see if it's going up or going down. But I definitely see your point of like using Dogecoin as an example. That's what I was going to talk about anyways because a month ago, just over a month ago, it was like it was valued one Dogecoin was valued less than 1 cent.
for real.
Not I mean no sorry less than 10 cents.
Yeah,
It was
less
like
than 10.
a month ago. I checked on somebody's on one of my friend's stories and he posted the value of Dogecoin and it was like at 7 pennies a coin. And now it's like half a dollar or like 60 cents a coin. It
Yeah, and when you and I last chatted about Dogecoin, what was that, like 28 cents? 28 cents? Like that was a couple weeks ago, right? Like 3 weeks?
was like 2, 3 weeks ago and now it's like doubled in
Unbelievable.
value since then.
Crazy.
Imagine imagine if you invested while it was like at a very, very, very low value.
Mike, and
Imagine
it still is right now, dude.
yeah,
Like if Dogecoin were to replicate Bitcoin, right? Like you want to invest now, well, it's still at the 60 cents, right? We can't be talking about cheap when
yeah,
it's so cheap right now. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I mean, I feel like it's definitely when it comes to like crypto and stocks, it's just like especially these low price what we call penny stocks or
Yeah.
um these like low value cryptocurrencies that are getting more and more popular. I feel like if you have the feeling and if you want to invest it, just go for it because you never know if you never know if you're gonna regret your decision or not. Because
Exactly.
I've held back multiple occasions because I'm a very cautious trader. I don't want to. I don't. I'm not willing to take wild bets, and
Mm.
I've regretted some of those decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. But you could also say it's the smart route, right? You like the amount of cryptocurrencies that are out there compared to like the number of them that are successful are very slim, right? So I think that you're playing at the better route, right? Like there's no saying for certain that Dogecoin would have blown up like it would have, right? Like when did it first come out? Like 2012, 2013, right? Like
Yeah.
you never expect it to be here, right? You'd never make a wild trade like that, you know? So it is reasonable that you're being cautious because I would be as well.
I mean, I didn't even hear about Dogecoin until like this year, at the beginning of this year.
Exactly. Same. With like
And
all
it's
the
been around
memes and
for like
such.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I can't believe it's been around for 7, 8 years already.
exactly.
And so like the inconsistency of crypto, it's also just like a direct reflection of how like the online community just blows both like the stock market and the crypto market up. It's
Yeah.
because like there's such like people with our age group using social media and like just investing like as like a whole group,
Technology.
like millions, thousands, hundred thousands of people, or like even millions of people investing at the same stock or the same crypto at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably one of the main reasons why like GameStop blew up because a
Oh,
large community just threw so much money into it.
yeah.
I mean, the last time I checked on it, it was like over 100. It was like somewhere around $100, which was like way higher than I expected because at a point, it was at 350 or like 250 at one point, and then it went all the way
Really?
back down to like $30, and that's at 100. So I mean,
Yeah, it's at
I never expected it
144
to
right
go
now.
out this way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And yeah, I mean, it's the same logic. I will apply the same logic to cryptocurrency. I mean, they're different, but they also function in a similar way to me.
For sure. Well, the thing with GameStop is like it was like a trend, right? But it has shown signs of success, right? You said it dropped to like $30, right? But then
Yeah,
now it's back up to like 144, right? So that shows that there is consistency with the stock market. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Especially with these bigger stocks.
yeah, and specifically is because the stock market has been around for way longer than you know the
The
cryptocurrency
crypto,
market.
yeah,
Yeah, the like online, just like yeah, online currency market. That it's like a new trend that just happened the last decade or so, and to many people, and especially to like the investors from the older generation, it's like a bet for them because you know if I was a smart investor, I wouldn't invest in something I know completely nothing about.
hmm.
Whereas like I wouldn't invest on something like Coca-Cola or those big corporations that
You know
I know
about,
nothing about. But like because I've done a lot of research about like on technology stocks or like on these cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. These are just examples. Because I know them better, I'm more willing to take the risk.
exactly, yeah, with the era of technology upon us, right? The older generations are not going to be too comfortable because it's the unknown, like you said, right? Whereas this new era, right, via social media, again, like you said, we have access to so much information via our smartphones and computers, right? It's so easy to learn about cryptocurrency. Whereas stocks in certain situations may become outdated. Like I know, like all of my friends, like the younger stock traders, are literally just trading crypto at this point. You know what I mean? Like I don't know about your friends or not, but yeah, that's the situation for me.
And that's interesting to hear. I mean, I thought that they'd be, trading in like at least some stocks, like
It's a
swing
mix. It's a
trading
mix.
or
It's a
buying and
mix.
holding, but I mean, I don't think it's that surprising for me to hear that they're all heavily invested in the cryptocurrency.
Yeah, especially like the Dogecoin because of how much reward can come from it, right? Like they've seen how successful Bitcoin is, right? And they are so tempted by the idea of that they are completely addicted to watching cryptocurrency, right? And I think that's how things are going to continue to be for ages to come.
I mean, I would say props to like the founders of Dogecoin. It's so similar to Bitcoin, one of the most successful what the single-handedly the most
E,
successful
E,
cryptocurrency out there available.
yeah,
Dogecoin, Bitcoin. I mean, practically like the same thing to us. Plus, it's like internet value of like the meaning behind the name of the cryptocurrency just attracts people our generation best.
exactly. It's
Like
a very
because of
appealing
like the
name.
Doge meme and everything. And now you look at there's a cryptocurrency named after an online meme, an online trend. and to us, it's a very appealing.
It is extremely appealing.
And I mean, so it kind of like now it kind of talks now it kind of brings that to a topic of, you know, what's like the difference, are there in like the specific differences between the stock market and the cryptocurrency market. I mean, as I talked about earlier, it's kind of like the age of, I mean, it's the stock market has been around for who knows how long.
Who knows? Who knows?
I mean, the Great Depression was like
Oh yeah, for
nearly a
sure.
century ago. Also because of stocks. And but I mean, I didn't really hear about cryptocurrency until like 2015 or after, because before that nobody knew about it.
And well, it wasn't really relevant back then, right? Yeah, nobody knew about it, right? And then with the spread of word via technology, right, it suddenly blossomed. Yeah. So the stock market, Mike, I'm reading it here. It arrived in the United States in the late 1700s.
Mhm. That yeah, I know. That's exactly my point. It's been around for so long that, you know, we're confident that I don't think like when you're investing, you're not gonna go into it like what if it one day just all of a sudden it disappears or crashes?
Yeah.
I mean, because of like, the security and like what we've been doing for the past centuries, we know what's going on. So we're confident with what we invest in. That's why the
Mhm.
stock market has become so big, especially now with the help of technology and COVID. A lot of people are turning
COVID.
their
Yeah.
a lot of people are, more keen to invest online than, you know, do like pay like IRL investments like property investments
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
all
but
that
Mike,
because
they're also more keen to learn, right? Like they're not like they're more keen to learn
exactly.
within these like quarantines, right? Because right, you're stuck in the house all day, right? What more do you want to do than make money while sitting and doing nothing, right? Like it's a great thing to do. You know, it's a great pastime, right? Why it's better than like playing video games or like doing something useless, right? It actually can make you money. Am I right?
Yeah, I mean, you're doing something productive at the end of the day. You're just not
Yeah.
putting much effort in. And so it's a very smart way of working
Mhm. If you know it well.
if you know it well.
Exactly.
I mean, not thinking about, I feel like both markets function like kind of in a similar way.
No, they definitely do. Yeah.
I mean, when you buy crypto, you store it into like an online your crypto wallet,
Yeah,
right?
crypto wallet. Yeah, yeah,
When
you
you
do.
buy stocks online, also stores in like your portfolio. It
Yeah.
shows like the growth and like what you invested in over time, when you invested. I feel like the wallet and the portfolio on the stock market and the wallet for crypto, I feel like they have sort of almost the same function.
Yeah, no, they are very similar. And I don't have a crypto wallet personally, but I know people who do, and they are yeah, yeah, I know, like you said, they are like practically identical.
Yeah, and so it's like pretty interesting as to like if you're looking through how the crypto market emerged. So I mean, props to whoever invented this, to be honest. Like I would have never thought about it.
I don't even know how it's possible.
I mean, yeah, I mean, what type of like creativity or type of like mindset do you have to be able to invent this? That's really impressive.
Extremely.
Um, Now moving on, I feel like there's one question that I've always wanted to know is like, in your opinion, how impactful are the buyers on the crypto compared to how impactful the buyers on the stock market?
Oh, it's a tough one. Well, it all like really depends, right? Because you know how Bitcoin has that like a cap on the number of Bitcoin there actually are, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it all comes down to like the buyers have a limited amount of Bitcoin, right? I don't know about Dogecoin. Is Dogecoin unlimited? I think it is.
Dogecoin right now, there's still more. You can still mine the currency.
Yeah.
Like for now, there's infinite amounts,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's gonna be like that forever.
Yeah. So with the stock market, right? I'm not really sure. Is that like technically unlimited as well? No, it's not, right? It's limited. It's a limited amount because there's like shares in the company, right?
Yeah, I guess sort of.
Yeah, because you can't. Well, I mean, you hypothetically could buy out the company, but you don't have the financial means to, right? Um, yeah,
It's like
but
break it's like breaking down a company to multiple little parts, little
yeah,
fragments. And you're
exactly.
just like having knowing that you're like this tiny bit of an owner of this big corporation.
Yeah, that's why Dogecoin is kind of worrying though, because since it's unlimited, right? It's completely reliant on like the user backing, right? Like the user backing that it's actually valuable, right? Because without that user backing, right, it's not backed by gold or silver, right? It's purely backed by the people who invest into it, right?
Yeah.
So I'd say that Bitcoin, it's quite smart that there's a limited amount of it because, like the stock market, it creates like the perfect scenario, right? Because people want to get their hands on it before it disappears, right? And Bitcoin, that's a special case compared to the stock market, right? Because the stock market companies are always fluctuating, right? Because people are buying and selling, buying and selling. And Bitcoin will be like that too. But if people continue to buy Bitcoin, right, it may eventually run out, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's why its value is so high up right now because
Exactly.
there's a high demand, but there's a low supply. It's like the
Mhm.
demand supply thing.
Exactly.
And um, what was I gonna say? It's about like also like how I feel like cryptocurrency is even Bitcoin, they're relying on their like users to trade and all that because there isn't like a mother company behind all this action going on. It's all just online trading.
Yeah, it's not actually like in-person brokerages, right? Like it's purely online trading, right? Like there's no Wall Street.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, so
Would you say that's beneficial or
I don't know. I feel like it's open for interpretation
mm,
because on one hand, you can argue that there's nobody to take control of the situation if anything goes wrong. On the other hand, you can also say that I have the freedom to do whatever I want to trade, like the way I want to trade. I'm not following a company's rules to be able to have a tiny share of it. I'm just doing it by my own will, and I feel like when it comes to cryptocurrency, because it's so reliant on its traders and users and servers, that you'll have more freedom to do what you want with like the crypto.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. I second that.
I mean, yeah. So I would say that that was actually a very very productive conversation we just had there.
It was great. It was great.
It was great. I don't want to take too much time going over the same topics over and over again, but I really appreciate you making the effort to come here and speak to me about, this cryptocurrency trend.
Yeah, I hope my lack of knowledge didn't deteriorate from the video, but it was very nice talking about it with you, Mike.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, but if you guys have any questions or comments that you would like me to respond to, leave them down in the description. I did a video with this man as well. Um, I will leave his website down in the description below as well. Feel free to check him out and support my boy. This has been Michael Yang, signing out.